This is kind of a lateral type of a topic, or a lateral perspective or piece of commentary, if you will. If I had to come up with a name for this episode, and I do, it would be "Don't Be Evil." Google's famous mantra or mission statement or vision statement. And I'll come back to that in a second. But really, if there was a subhead for this episode, it would be how to avoid PR fiascos or PR nightmares or even PR social media kerfuffles in 2011 and beyond. So there were a litany of examples of PR fiascos in 2010. There was Toyota and their infamous or famous or unprecedented recall. There was BP and the incredibly gut-wrenching and damaging oil spill. There was JetBlue with Steven Slater, the crazy or renegade flight attendant that had enough and promptly lost it. There was Apple and the iPhone 4 and the fact that it just didn't seem to work very well for left-handed people. So Apple said, you know, don't use your left hand, bad left-handed people. So many of these PR kerfuffles. There was also the Apple one with Chelsea. I want to say Chelsea Handler, but it's not Chelsea Handler, but Chelsea Isaacs, I think maybe was her name, a student that tried to get some feedback from Apple's media relations people and eventually ends up in a flame war with Steve Jobs. So many examples, and I could go on and on and on, of companies really getting embarrassed or embarrassing themselves based on being found out, or based on their lack of response, or either based on the response itself, either being anemic or really just pathetic. I mean, you know, let's just call it what it is. So the real question is, so how do you avoid these PR kerfuffles? How do you avoid, in this social media world, all of these nightmares, these incredible moments of conflict and tension and embarrassment where Twitter and Facebook outs you or exposes you or lambastes you in the process? And that's where it comes back to this idea of don't be evil. Instead of worrying about how you should respond and how you shouldn't respond and when should you respond and when shouldn't you respond and who should respond and who shouldn't respond, how about just not making the mistake in the first place? How about not making cars that have accelerator pedals that stick? How about making an iPhone 4 that actually works for left-handed and right-handed people? And by the way, before you actually even point a finger at me and say, well, mistakes happen, actually, Apple was aware of the problems and they hoped it would slip under the rug. And Toyota was aware of the problems, and again, they hoped no one would notice. Well, there's an old saying, if you continue to sweep your own problems or your skeletons or whatever you want to call it under the rug, one day that mound of dust or dirt or damage is so big that you're likely to trip over it, fall and break your neck. Don't be evil. Don't make the mistake in the first place. Don't make bad products. Don't make unsafe products. Don't create bad customer service experiences or moments of maybe not truth, moments of untruths. That's the way to move forward on the front foot in 2011 and beyond. Don't be evil, be good, do good, make a difference, create a better planet and a better environment, give back to community. Don't just pay lip service, do it properly for the right reasons, do it with heart, do it with soul. Know that you will make money and profit if you do the right thing for the right reasons at the right time. And that way, you will never have to worry about kerfuffles and PR fiascos and crisis communication again. That may sound naive and oversimplified, but really is it? I don't think so. Jaffe@power.com, @JaffeJuice on Twitter.
It's time to flip the funnel now. Pick up a copy of my new book, available wherever books are sold.